can see the hate, I can see the lies. See it in your face, read it out your eyes. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me. They want it, while I get it. They losing while I win it. It's the rules of the game you playing. In your eyes I can see you hating. Why they watching me?
Yes, because I post quite revealing photos. So I kind of know that they're not doing, like, all the guys that have liked my photos and have messaged me, I know for a fact that I don't reply to them. So I don't really see an issue with that, personally.
It's actually funny you guys say this.
Yeah, of course. I trust him, so of course he can. I don't think it means anything just by liking someone's picture, so yeah, that's fine.
No. Why? Because you know full well, if we was to do that, all hell would break loose.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, I feel like you guys heard my conversation with my girls the other week.
I think it depends for what reason they're liking them or following a particular person. If, say it's like a fitness person and they genuinely know what they're talking about, like, you know, like Stephanie Cohen, like she posts a lot of bikini photos, but she's an absolutely amazing athlete, and like if someone was following them and liking their pictures because they respect them as an individual and their training, absolutely fine.
Ooh.
I don't mind, but it depends what type of pictures.
I mean, like, probably celebrities, like, if it's Zac Efron and got a fucking top off, and yeah, but apart from that, I don't think she does, no. Celebrity ones, it's fine by me.
I don't know.
It depends how frequent as well. It depends how. If it's one time, yeah, that's fine, you know. But if you're like too frequent every time, you know, that guy posts a picture, like when he's naked, yeah, that no.
I feel like that would be alright, because I know that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could walk down the street and find another lady or another girl attractive, but I would never like be like, oh wow, she's. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like she's allowed to appreciate other men. I don't see any problem with that. But as long as it just goes no further, then that's fine. But I suppose everybody has two eyes, and it's alright to find someone else attractive.
I don't think it would bother me, because I always go, yeah, you can window shop, you just can't purchase. But you can appreciate someone who's attractive. It depends how they're doing it though. If they're doing it all the time and they know it's annoying me, then not really, but I have no problem with they appreciate that person liking it. But I don't blame it if their girlfriend's liking pictures of me and that, but I'm saying. No, I wouldn't bother me too much. Not too much.
Depends upon like the term sex life. Just like a topless photo of a bloke. Like I know, for example, my girlfriend like follows some of my mates at uni who have gym accounts. Obviously, some of the photos are like not revealing, but like topless, shredding and stuff, and that's all. I guess it all depends on context, really. If it's like a photo of a man where it's like come here, then I'm a bit like right, okay, well, what are you doing? But like context is a big one on that one.
Oh, that's a no. That's a hard one. I don't know. I would say probably not, because I'd be very curious to why he's liking those sexy pictures. But if they are genuinely if they are sexy pictures of girls who they know who are around, then I would get curious. If it was of celebrities, I'd be like, yeah, just go for it. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you're really going to meet them. I don't know if they're going to like you, so.
Yeah, as long as he likes mine too.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can look but you can't touch, right? There's that saying.
But you can give that attention. That attention is okay.
know what? I actually do believe like girls are the worst one for this, to be fair. Like, we'll be liking all sorts of pictures, like guys' pictures, if you're there pausing. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You'll be walking in the street and I'll be checking out a guy or a girl.
So the other day, I'm sat in the car with my missus, and we were just having a little bit of a discussion, and I just threw a joke out there. I was like, oh, look at all the guys on your Snap. She was like, there's nothing there. So we went through it. And then she goes, now give me your phone. And on my Snapchat, it's really dead. There's like 3 people on my best friend list. So she was like, oh, she was like, oh, that's fine. She goes, now let me go on your Instagram. And she went on my Instagram, and I don't know what she pulled up, but she pulled up on something on setting, like pictures you liked. But like majority of them were like famous girls, but they was like in bikinis and stuff. But I managed to get away. I managed to get away with it because my best friend also has my Instagram account, so it wasn't me.
We'll cut that bit, yeah? You want us to cut that bit?
No, you can put that bit in.
Legend.
I'd probably forgive them, but I wouldn't let them forget it. And I probably wouldn't stay with them either.
I don't know. It depends on the situation, because if it was like a drunken mistake, then maybe. But if it wasn't, then probably not. So it does depend on the situation, really.
No. That's a simple no. There's no explanation needed.
I don't think I've been in a situation like that. I would like to think I haven't. So it's hard to answer because I've never been there, but I think if I would have a kid, I would think twice. Because obviously there's not just me involved, but also him as well, like the kids. But I do believe that if he's done it once, he will do it again. So if I wouldn't have a kid, probably I wouldn't forgive, no.
No. Doesn't really need an explanation for that, I don't think.
I think if it was like a one-off thing, like a mistake, and like it was obvious that it was a mistake and there wasn't like anything behind it really, then yeah. But if it's something where it's been like prolific and it's been going on over a period of time or on multiple occasions, I think that's a point where you sort of need to cut it off.
It depends. It depends on the cheat. How she cheated. It depends. If it's like, a little kiss, maybe it was an accident, stuff like that, might get away with it. But if it's like intentional and there was a build up for it, I don't think so.
No. Relationship is done and it's out of the window. No. I feel very strongly in that. I feel like once someone is cheating on someone, I feel like you should be able to then say, look, I clearly wasn't the one for you, and you should be man enough and smart enough to be like, I don't need someone like that in my life. No. Absolutely not.
Ooh, probably not. Because I wouldn't say I have trust issues, but I would say I am like a really forgiving person, but I did have experience where my boyfriend many years ago shared a bed with my best friend on New Year's Eve, and I know they didn't do anything, but after that I did lose a lot of trust, and and that kind of feeling just went, and I just couldn't feel it again for him after that. So that's probably a no.
No.
Depends on how the situation came about, and depends on how close I am to the partner in terms of, are we talking like she's just a shag? Are we talking of we've been together for 3 years? Are we talking about I'm about to propose to her? It depends on the status of the relationship and what actually happened.
No. Hell no.
Liam, you're right.
No, not bad, not bad.
Okay. It's really funny, this podcast that we're doing today and asking these type of questions to the people and saying, and they finding out that a lot of them have the same response to things that we would have as well. So the first question that we have is, would you be okay if your partner liked sexy pictures of other guys?
I'd be a massive hypocrite if I said no, based on the type of stuff that I post on my progress account. So, I mean, I'd say initially I'm okay with it. I'm alright with it. What about you?
So you're okay if your partner liked sexy pictures of random guys?
There's only been one occasion where it has upset me, and I was serious with someone, and they just asked me to take down one of my photos that I posted on my progress account. And, well, I didn't, because that's like my business, something I enjoy. And after them asking that question, I follow someone else who, posts similar stuff to me, and they've liked the photo. And I thought that's very hypocritical to tell me to take something down which you've just liked another guy doing. So on that aspect, that's what really upset me. But other than that, I don't think I've really had a problem of doing it. What about you?
There's several factors to it. But if it's someone that she likes it and they are liking each other pictures and it becomes a bit weird, I don't think I would be okay with it. Especially because why would you entertain certain pictures? I don't know, it depends. I wouldn't also be someone that would be looking constantly of what she's liking or stuff, but if it's something that came up and I started I start seeing a typical behavior and it's being constant, I wouldn't like it. Because I remember when I was single and a lot younger, what you would do, you would have someone liking your stuff, you start liking them stuff, and then all of a sudden you have 3 likes in a row, and the person you start liking as well, and then you make that approach. You are actually opening a door into someone start messaging you by liking, because even if you ask some people, do you check who likes your stuff? Most people check who likes their stuff, and a lot of them said as well that, if I'm starting to get to know someone, I'm checking if that person is liking my stuff or not. So why would you put yourself in a position that you are giving, are you entertaining that person, that behavior, and that person to come close to you? So, but it also depends. If it's a random picture that you're liking it, or imagine if he has a good quote on it as well. There's a lot of, but I don't know, man. It's like on the type of work that we are, a lot of people would post progress pics and say, look how I am now. And if she was like, oh, you did really well and stuff like that, I was only through that, I don't see anything bad. But if it's a constant thing and you're entertaining and commenting and stuff, that for me goes a bit more deep.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I think if it's sort of, you've posted a photo and they've gone onto your page and they've liked 3 or 4 more, and then that person's liked 3 or 4 of theirs and they've gone back on, and if it's like that, then it's something weird about it. It's a bit fishy. But if it's like they know of the person, for me anyway, if they know that person, they've put up a topless picture, or a girl, if it's the other way around, put up a bikini picture or something like that, and they know that person, I'm not fussed if they've just seen the photo and liked it, because to me, I get the same. Like when I put up a progress photo, people just look at that and go, oh, well done, or you're doing what you're doing, and that's the reason why I follow you, because I'm interested in seeing the videos you post. And it's not just for me about the one photo that I've put because I've got my top off. It's supporting the whole journey for me. But I think I see it that way because of the account that I have on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 years ago, I would have been more of a no, straight up no. But I think now it's definitely, yeah, I'm definitely a little bit more right. But I think that's just based on what I sort of post.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's like I said, it depends on several factors. Every situation is different, and sometimes it doesn't mean anything. But it's and depends on the type of relationship you have. If someone you trust, or you're getting to know someone, or you hit a bit of a rocky path on that relationship, everything is a bit more shaky. So it depends on a lot of it. So the second question, would you forgive if your partner cheated?
The thing is, I want to say no, I wouldn't. I think it depends for me how far gone that relationship is and the circumstance on the cheating. I think if they came forward about it and let's say they kissed someone on a night out and they came to me and I didn't find out through someone else, I can see myself being able to understand it and realise that they've made a mistake. But it still wouldn't be an easy decision for me. I think if it was anything more than a kiss, nah, I couldn't. I don't think I'd be able to look at that person the same, knowing that they've slept with someone or done something more serious. What's your opinion on it?
For me, it's a straight up no. I'm someone, for example, if this was a conversation that we were having 4 years ago, and someone asked me that, I would I don't even need to think about it. It's a straight up no. But then, for me, 4 years ago, any person that I would be talking to, or am involved in a relationship, any type of sort of a flaky behavior or not consistent behavior, I would just not waste my time in talking to this person. I would not forgive as well, and move on. For me, that would be it. But then when you start learning about human behavior and trying to understand what people do and why do they do certain things, you start creating a certain empathy for certain people and when they make mistakes. And that made me a person that I try to be more understandable nowadays, and try to understand why are they doing this. And I start forgiving a bit more that I never did on the past, and trying to actually understand that person. So I believe that it's possible to start working with someone and trying to communicate what I don't like, and trying to understand each other. But cheating, I don't think I could forgive. I'm not a forgiving type. It's the way I'm wired. But yeah, I would not even want an explanation. For example, And yeah, it's the way I think.
I think it comes down to the confidence you have and how much self-worth you think you have. 2 years ago, I probably would have been a bit of a pushover and probably would have forgiven. But I think what I've sort of gone through over the past couple of years and now realising my own self-worth, now I wouldn't. It'd be kind of like, well, if you chose someone else over me, then I don't want anything to do with you, as simple as that. But I think 2 years ago, it would have played in my head and I was probably a little bit more vulnerable at that point. Now I'm a lot more strong-minded, so I think now it would definitely be, nah, you're done. See you later, move on, and look for some other person that can appreciate what they do have.
Yeah. No, I truly agree with you. Because it's hard, like if you think about, I hate when people say it was an accident, for example. Accident is falling or hitting a car. You don't hit anyone's lips by mistake, or it was well thought, it was planned, and it cannot be considered a fucking accident. That's it. And if you think, for example, a woman usually plans everything, and for her to be involved in a situation where she actually cheated on you, it was planned, it was well thought, and she wanted that to happen. And so if your relationship already hits that point and something happens, how do you move forward? How are you gonna look? You will be on the edge. Even if you decided to forgive, you would be on the edge and you would be saying all the time, oh, what are you doing? You'd be checking up on them and and you would never trust them again. And even to gain that trust, it's too hard. And when you look how people will change, people after 25, they usually don't change. And they won't change by trauma. And if they not lose you, there is no trauma. So for them, it's just, I just got away with it. And so why would you be with someone that done this to you? It's tricky. It's every person is different. Every person will make their own decisions. I do not judge someone who does forgive. I think they are really strong for forgiving and trying to believe that the person is good and the person will change. I've seen healthy relationships that done that. I just don't think I could, because it's the way I am. I'm a very hard person and strict person, and when I start, for example, if I know, for example, if I would put in a situation where I would forgive someone, that person will never sleep at peace again, because I would be constant on top of them. What are you doing? What are you? And so why would I do that to myself and look like a lunatic and psychopath and all the time on this person's case? It will not be healthy for me or that person. And that's what I think.
We speak about quite a lot with some of the questions about it depends where you are in that relationship, and we spoke definitely about the trust before. And I've been in a situation where the trust has been broken and it resulted in the breakup of the relationship because one person isn't happy. And I can see that, and I can say that I would not do that again. I would not go through that again as being in a relationship where one person doesn't trust each other, because it will never work. Because that one person, if they can't trust you, they're not going to be able to be their happy self all the time, because whatever you do, whatever they do, it's broken. And I think even if it's broken on one person, the other person it breaks too. If I can't trust you, you're going to feel like you can't trust me. And it just keeps spiraling out of control and gets worse and worse and worse. And then you end up in something which could have been put to bed on very good terms and both walked away to something quite toxic. And then there's just no point in it.
Yeah, it's true. It's like if you did forgive someone, you will be in a constant battle with yourself and trying to find out if that person it is who you want to think this person is. And you are in a situation where, because you forgive, you think that person owes you a lot of explanation. So you are on your own right of asking and drilling that person. And then that person as well that is being drilled, they start getting insecure because now you're asking all these questions, oh, does he do the same? And then because you have forgive them and they also think they owe you something and they need to be constantly proving, and then there's also something in their mind saying, oh, if you forgive me, does it mean that you think you can do the same and I will have to forgive? So it's really hard. Well, fair play to anyone that can fight for a relationship and stay together. A lot of people work it out, but it depends on the person that cheated, that they understand that, I didn't get away with it. I did a mistake and I want to be a better person. I don't want this person that I actually like, that I was about to lose. And I want to prove to that person that I am a good person. So it requires work from both of them. And, but yeah, if the person's just going to say, I got away with it, they're not going to change. And it's really hard. I think this is what my opinion about the situation.
Yeah, same, man. I think it depends on the situation, in honesty, and where that relationship's at. But for me, on the most part, probably not. Not now. Agreed.
So this is a podcast that actually got me riled up. These things that kind of upset me. We have to find a funnier questions here more than these things. Okay.
I'm gonna go and cry now.
Yeah, man. Good one.
Reason, oh Lord, they watching, I see them, I'm laughing.